Achoo. What is up, everybody? It is Zachary Reality. Welcome back to Zachary Reality. We have a fun interview today with Jasmine Goode, who you may know from The Valley. We first met her on The Bachelor, but we're here to talk all things Bravo. Jasmine, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing even better now that I'm talking to you. I know we miss each other. I haven't seen you in a few
I
months,
know it's been a while, but
but I
I,
see you every Tuesday on my screen, and I'm really enjoying this season. How are you enjoying watching it?
I mean, it's been crazy watching it back. It's like you
Mhm.
film it, you're over it, you kind of like move on in life, and then all of a sudden you have to relive it again a year and a half later. It's like why, But it's still exciting to like see all the fans like interact. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's so frustrating to have to relive things that you already moved on from. What is like advice you would give to another reality star, maybe someone that shared that with you on how to handle that?
Honestly, you just have to, I say my advice would be just have some thick skin and just remember like you already worked through these problems, you worked through these issues. It's in the past. Like don't try to like let emotions for or like people's opinions ruin like something that you have going right now if everything's great. So you just have
Mhm.
to like kind of remember that it's in the past and just keep moving forward.
Yeah, no, there's been so many rumors for years that this type of show was going to come, The Valley or a Vanderpump spinoff, and your name has been in those rumor mills for a while. Did you ever expect this to actually come to fruition? And were you excited about going back to reality TV?
Oh man. It's interesting because I said I was done with reality TV. After The Bachelor, I was like, I'm
Mhm.
done. I think like I'm good. I think I said the next thing I do, I would do it only if like my partner or relationship or something is involved. I don't want to go on a dating show or anything like that. And so when this was presented, I was like, okay, it kind of aligns. It kind of works because, I'm in a relationship. It's about, couples and families. And it kind of just made sense. So I was like, you know what? This might be the right thing to do. And I love being on reality TV. I know I've been
Mhm.
on so many shows, like I'm good at this.
Mhm.
And it's fun. Yeah, there's some bad, but I actually enjoy it. So I think it was a great opportunity and it's like, why not?
Yeah, I mean, and you are like organically friends with a lot of these people,
Yep.
or most of the people on the cast. You have been for years before the cameras. So who were you closest to like going into the show, and how did you kind of get connected into this friend group?
Yeah, so I started working at Sir right after The Bachelor.
Mm,
And that's when I met Sheena and Jesse. He was on Vanderpump Rules a little bit too. So those were like my
mm,
two besties. And ever since then, we just kind of clicked. And then I met Ariana and, everyone else in the group. And it just kind of like, I was always around. And
mhm.
I
Wait,
actually got asked to do Vanderpump Rules.
mm,
And I was in talks to do it and everything. I interviewed, but it just didn't feel right. And it was, I think, season 10. I think they wanted me on. And I was like, you know what? Something doesn't feel right. I feel like they were too established and they had so much going on, so much drama. I was like, what am I gonna give to this right now? So I was like, I'm gonna step away. And I'm
mhm.
glad I did because I think everything works out for a reason. And now look.
Yeah, and you're talking about Jesse Montana,
Yes, Jesse
um,
Montana, sorry.
not Jesse from the Valley, Michelle's husband or
No, not
ex-husband.
Jesse from the Valley. I did not know Jesse then, Jesse Montana.
Yeah, yeah. And how did you know like Michelle and Nia and Danny? Like we do see a lot of new characters that weren't on Vanderpump. Did you know a lot of these people for years before the show, or do you think you got close with them when it started filming?
Yeah, so I've seen Michelle just like through like pictures, friends, and things like that, but I didn't really know them. I Brittany, Jax, Kristen, Luke were the only like people and Zach, of
Yeah.
course, Janet, Jason. They were the only people I actually knew like my core. Like we hung out way before the show. But Nia, Danny, Michelle, Jesse, they were kind of like the new friends I'm getting to know, like joining this group.
Hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
and yeah, this group is so crazy. It's a lot of fighting. I really love how you always stand up for your friends and you're speaking your mind. You're a little bit more bold this season. What kind of was that transition from season one to two?
Yeah, it was really hard for me. Like, I think this season I got super close with like Brittany. Our friendship is like taken off, and you see I'm like kind of like fighting her battles a little bit, but I think I just like have her back. I had her back, and like she's one of my best friends. And I think last season I was kind of like in the background, like feeling out how everything is, like still getting to know certain people. So it was kind of hard for me to like speak up on like certain situations. But I think
Hmm.
now I found my like voice and I'm like, you know what? Like if I feel this way, if I have an opinion, I'm going to speak on it. I'm not going to be quiet for the comfort of somebody else just to make them, feel comfortable. Like I'm going to speak up and say what I have to say. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been definitely a change, but
Yeah, yeah. We
no,
saw you at the end of the episode last night where you were, ready to vandalized Jax's bar. I was like, wait, stop, because then you're gonna get banned, you're gonna get kicked out.
Oh my God.
I
I
was like,
know. I know. It was just, listen, having that conversation with Brittany, I was just so like blown
mhm,
away. I couldn't believe the things she was telling me because, last season I was totally team Jax. Like I wanted them to work it out. I wanted to like
mhm,
support him. I thought that he could, be a great, husband for Brittany, and to just see how he's been like trashing her and like just the nasty, like the stuff, like the text messages, the videos. I'm like, I was just sick of it. And I was like, you know what? This is disgusting. Why are we even in this restaurant right now? Like, we need to get out of here. And I kind of
mhm.
just,
Yeah, I mean, who knew that he would make so much progress to just regress so much? And then, like, he goes to rehab for 30 days and he's still rage texting her. Obviously, he's going to come back into the show a little bit, I'm assuming. Like, how does he fully integrate the group?
I know it's to me, I feel like this whole rehab thing, first of all, what type of rehab is this that you have a phone? Like, I don't know, maybe that's normal, but why are you rage texting from rehab? I think that's crazy. And you want to do better and change. So it's like, I don't know if I believe it. It's like, I want him to do better for his son. But at the same time, it's like, you're not really showing us that you've changed. So I don't know what it's
Mhm.
going to be like. I mean, I do know it's going to be like when he comes back, but you guys don't know yet. But it's
Yeah.
going to be interesting because he's been gone for so long that, once he gets back in the mix, it's kind of like, it's gonna be like this awkward moment. You guys are like,
Mhm.
oh shit, Jax is back.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, what do we do now? Like,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I just feel like it takes longer than 30 days. But again, I don't know because I'm not in rehab. I've never been in rehab, so I
Mhm.
can't say. But to me, it's not giving healed or
Yeah, which is so frustrating because like I feel like everybody wants the best for him and everybody wants him to just like get better and treat Brittany better and make better decisions because it's
yeah.
really like enough is enough already. So I definitely have a pit in my stomach for Brittany when he is going to return. So we'll see what happens. But another person that's pissing me off is Jesse. I mean,
You said
I
another person pissing you off.
I cannot get behind the way he spoke to Michelle in the Santa Barbara house, the names that he called her. I mean, how is this even acceptable to even be around? It's just such
Yeah.
trash and such disrespect.
Okay. When it comes to Jesse, it's so frustrating for me because I actually enjoy Jesse. I enjoy my time with him. He's been like a
Yeah.
great friend to me. Like outside of all this show stuff, he's actually reached out. We have conversations. I'm like, wow, you are a good person. Like, but
Mhm.
then, I see the things he's doing and calling Michelle a whore. I'm like, Jesse, like, I can't defend that. I can't defend you calling her a whore. Like, that's not okay. Ugh. So it's been frustrating, like trying to support him, but at the same time trying to support Michelle because you should not be calling her the mother of your child a whore. So that's been
Exactly.
difficult because I'm like, Jesse, damn, every time I'm like, you're winning, and then you just.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, yeah.
we all make mistakes, so
Yeah.
it's.
There's
But it gets better.
a lot of toxic okay, good. There's a lot of toxic
Yeah.
relationships, but it seems like they're breaking up and still fighting. Now you obviously have what it seems to be a pretty healthy, happy relationship with Melissa, which we love. What kind of advice can you give to these couples?
I wish they would show more of it. And I get it, like certain dramas have to take center stage. And I'm
Mhm.
praying maybe next season we'll get a little bit more deeper into me and Melissa. But advice I would just give is just, for me, I always say that I respect Melissa. I think when you respect your partner, it's not just about, oh, I'm in love and this is my wife, but like respecting the person you're with, you wouldn't do the things that some of these men are doing. That's
Mhm.
period. I think that is the big takeaway. Respect your partner. If you don't respect them, then we can see it's showing. So I think it
Mhm.
just comes down to respect.
Yeah, I love the conversation you had with Danny on last night's episode because you really explained to him and you broke it down. You're like, listen, this is why it was inappropriate. And this is also like unfair to a bisexual or a lesbian relationship. And here's why. And here's the dynamic. How important was that for you to just like explain it? And what has been the impact of it? Because I really feel like you explained it perfectly. And it was such a great moment, especially as we approach Pride Month, to just like let people know the reality of the situation.
Bingo. Yeah, it's been tough. I think the last couple like days because I think people were so confused on like why is she like keep dragging this on her? Why is she bringing it up and watching it back? Yes, it looks like it's like dragged on because how it's these things are edited like weeks and takes
Mhm.
time to get to the point. But people have to understand like it was hurtful for me because at the time, me and Danny, we weren't that close. We were just building our relationship. And then, this happened. It was kind of like a smack in my face, disrespect. And I'm like, I don't really know you that well. I'm like, you're doing this. And, you call Jesse and give him a call because you think it's Michelle. And I would thought that as like, that's kind of disrespectful. Like, where's my call? Where's Melissa's call? And, I
Mm-hmm.
know he keeps saying numerous times he's apologized. That's not true. It was only like a text message and then the white party. And then the white party, people didn't see the whole conversation. So there was more to it. But it's not even about him drinking because, like, you know what? He can drink, whatever, do what you want. It was the fact that, like, this is something we deal with on a daily. And I think Jason, the reason he was so upset because he understood. He's been in my life for so long. Like, he understands what it's like to be in a same-sex, relationship and like be like looked at like your relationship's not serious, like two women, like, oh, whatever, like it's not a big deal. So I appreciate him for doing that. And I think having that conversation with Danny really, I wanted him to just understand like this is just something like that happens all the time. And I want you to know, like, I want to be your friend. I want you in my life, but this is why this is very important and this needs to be talked about. So I think he understood that. And I truly believe like that he understood and we're in a good place now and everything's great. So hopefully like the viewers will see that and like understand that, like, okay, I see why Jasmine was having these like triggers. I know I said trigger like 50 times this episode,
Yeah,
but
yeah. No, I
really
think it
was,
makes sense. It does make sense. I guess like maybe the disconnect was like it happened a long time ago and now we're filming again. But I really feel like your point was made when you sat him down and just explained it like a normal person. Was
Yes.
there anything that was cut out of that scene or anything that you want to add to the conversation as a whole?
I mean, it was definitely longer. We were there for like over an hour. So it kind of sucked that you guys didn't see all of that. But, we really just told him like, look, these are examples of things that happened to us. Like we talked about the night that it happened and how for me it was hard because it's like, okay, you're this new friend I'm introduced to in the group. Melissa didn't film season 1 really. So she barely knew this guy. And this is happening. And we're like, whoa, what's happening here? Like, I thought you were a good guy, but now it's making me question, like, is this who you are? So we talked about that. We got just more deeper like details exactly what it feels like to be in our footsteps. And I don't know if he has like a lot of like gay people in his life or queer people. I have no idea, but I just wanted to make it clear, like, if we're gonna do this for like years to come, we're gonna be friends. Like, it's about respect, and like if this happened to anybody else on this cast, oh my god, they would have been fighting.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
locked up. So we definitely went deeper into the conversation and I wish they would have showed more, but it's okay. I think they got the like meat and potatoes of the conversation.
Yeah, for sure. Switching gears a little bit, I love your friendship with Zack. I feel like you guys are so fun, little yin and yang. I want to know your take on him and Benji and the popsicle stick and the Canada and the married. Do we think Benji and Zack have a good shot of making it?
Oh my God. Okay. The popsicle thing was hilarious because no one really knew what Flat Stanley was. And I was like, guys, you don't know what Flat Stanley is? I thought it was so funny. And I know Zack was already upset that Benji wasn't there. And he was like, kind of in his feelings. And I was like, I just want to do something fun and cute. And me and Zack have the best time. He's literally my best friend. And like us together, we are hilarious. But I think him and Benji, I think they're going to, I think they will work. The only problem is I see happening. It's just this whole, he's in Canada, his visa situation. I don't even know any updates on that. So that scares me because I know how much he loves him. And I know they're so good together. And I'm praying that like he can figure it out and like get here and make it work because Zack with him is like a total different person. I'm like, okay, this is what Zack needs.
Yeah, yeah. Are we going to see more of that storyline kind of come to fruition this season?
I think so. I hope so. I really, truly don't know because, Zack talks about on the show that he has all this other stuff going on in his life. So I think we will see more. I'm praying because I love Benji. He's great. He's so funny, honestly. Like, you guys would crack up at the things he says. And I'm like, we need more of that. Bring them on. So
Yeah. How are you and Janet these days? Are you guys friends? I know she has kind of getting into it with some of your best friends on the show with Kristen and with Zack.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. It's, right now we are like working on our friendship. I don't want to give away too much because there's so much
That's
more
the teaser
left to come. But me and Janet have been friends for years. Like, somebody I was friends with way before anybody on the show. And I think when you do a show, sometimes friendships definitely change and they get a little weird. But we're trying to work it out and get back to what we were at. So we'll see. It's just kind of like a work in progress right now. But
Yeah.
Stay tuned. There's so much more. It's like so much more to that, you know?
Well, they just
Um,
dropped the mid-season teaser, and clearly there is a lot to come. It's going to be crazy. But I guess like this rumor that you were kind of involved with talking about with Janet and Jason, I guess like Jason just seems like the nicest, normal guy. I don't believe he would ever cheat. So
yep,
did you have a part in this rumor? Were you trying to get back at her, or like what did you think about that?
no. Jason is the sweetest human ever. I don't think no one believes that he's a cheater or that he tried to cheat. This rumor, Kristen dropping this. Number one, Kristen's gonna be Kristen. Okay. Kristen
Mhm.
Doty's gonna do what she's gonna do, no matter what. Okay. When she rides for her friends, okay, no matter what. She's like, I'm gonna do it. They're gonna take you down. Like she don't care.
Mhm.
Which I love, but sometimes I'm like, oh, Kristen, pull it back. But this whole ring thing, like, this happened when I heard about this information, like I said on the show, like years ago. And at that time, I just took it as like, other friends are not really fucking with each other. They're upset, having issues. So I'm like, okay, not a big deal. Nothing to bring up to talk about because to me,
Mhm.
why do that? I don't want to
Yeah.
start any drama. I don't believe it. Like we all know it's not true. So why would I do that? Now, Kristen wants to come along and drop it. Then you know what? That's on her. And it's because Zack had this information too from another party.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's where it's like, God, like we're all doing so good, You're
Mhm.
doing so well. But yeah, I
Yeah.
don't believe that rumor. It sucks that it happened to Jason because he is the sweetest person ever. But like this rumor is not true. Like none of us believe it. I mean, it's true, it was said, but it's not true. Like we don't believe that.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like every couple has to like go through the fire. I think that's just part of being
Yeah.
on a reality show. Every relationship is being explored. Almost every episode, there's a rumor, and it's really about the couples that make it through that are the strongest.
Yeah, and listen, their relationship I think is very strong. They love each other. That's something I would never like question, like, oh, what's going on there? This is just unfortunate that this happened to Jace because he's like literally the sweetest person. And I know he has my back. I would never want to hurt him. This is why I would never repeat this when I heard it
Mhm.
like this years
Yeah,
ago. It didn't make sense to
you were
me.
asked.
Yeah, it's like, why would I do that? Like, never want to hurt him. He's such a great guy. It just sucks that. And another thing too, this rumor, if I made this shit up, y'all, I would make up something better than this. I'm sorry. This
Yeah,
is like the
yeah.
worst rumor ever. Like, I have a wedding ring and I take mine off all the time. Like, it's
Mhm.
not a big deal. But I mean, we're on
Yeah.
reality TV, right?
So exactly, and that's kind of the point of all of this is
It's
just
like
to divulge and
you're a hot
dissect.
mess.
Yeah, this friend group is crazy. It's so messy. And then, and I know the reunion was just filmed, and I guess it was filmed a few weeks early because of Nia and Kristen's pregnancy, which
Yeah.
is, they're giving birth in the next month, I guess, very soon. So do you think that changed the dynamics of the reunion, having it earlier, or did it not matter?
For me, I say yes because I've never did one on this scale. Like the
Mhm.
closest thing I did, I think, was like Women Tell All, but that wasn't even like a real like reunion type of thing. This was like big production. I didn't know what to expect. Like I didn't know if we should jump in and like should I be quiet? Like I don't know. Like Brittany was trying to give me advice on what to do, but I was still scared because I'm like, do I just jump in if I have an opinion? Like I don't want to like overstep. But I do think if we would have had the reunion later, I think things probably would be a little different because I do think people, I try not to read the comments. I really don't. Cause I'm like, listen, I don't have time for that. But I know some people do and they get well worked up. And I think
Mhm.
their views on certain things might change.
Mm.
So I think the reunion would be different if you maybe would have had it like later. I think everybody's going to have a moment where like viewers are going to have clarity, like, oh, okay. So yeah.
That'll be exciting because we didn't get a reunion for season one, so I feel like it is long overdue, and I'm excited to see where everyone's at current day.
Yeah. I think right now the group is,
Maybe
I don't know. I don't know, man. We're still kind of, I think
right.
every day it changes because somebody will go on a podcast and say something to piss somebody off, and
Mhm.
somebody will say this, and it's like, God, we're all in a good place, but we're allowed to, like, I guess, talk about our feelings at that time, And I think
Yeah.
that's where it gets confused. People get upset, and it's like, oh Lord. So this group is a roller coaster nonstop.
Yeah, yeah. And as we wrap things up, to leave things on a happier note, I know you and Melissa got engaged recently. So
Yes.
tell me about how that all went down. Have you started wedding planning?
Yes, it's been so amazing. Like I forget I'm engaged sometimes. I'm like, oh my God. But we just started doing wedding planning, which has been a little overwhelming, but still fun at the same time. We have a little over a year, so we got some
Mm.
time. But yeah, we're just excited. Like I didn't realize how intense wedding planning is. It's like crazy how much stuff you have to do. I'm like, oh my God, my brain. But we have so many family members that are wanting to help. So I think it's not as bad, but it's exciting though. Screw all this other drama and crap. I'm a bride now. It's about me.
Yeah. We need to see a Jasmine
Yes.
bachelorette party.
Yes. You're going to get all that. Hope.
Okay. What is like one thing that you want at your wedding?
Ooh, okay. One thing I definitely want is a violinist. I can't say it.
Okay.
That is one thing
Yes.
I want. Yes. I like need it at the cocktail hour, even though I'm going to miss that part, but I still need it. I just feel like that's elegant, classy. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so excited to watch the rest of the Valley. It's so good. It's amazing. I love Bravo so much. I watch everything Bravo. Before I
Yeah.
let you go, I have to ask you a couple quick Bachelor
Yeah, of
questions.
course.
Do you have any thoughts on the rebrand, going to a new villa, going to Costa Rica? What do you think about the show changing so much?
Oh my gosh. I heard about this. Okay. I think it's great because change is great. You need something, make it fresh and new. But it is kind of sad because the old Bachelor Paradise place is like so iconic that it's
I
like, oh
know.
man, it's like, damn, that's so like, amazing. But I think it's great. I do think it's going to be interesting having like the Golden Bachelorette people there. I'm like, whoa, what's going to happen with that? Are we going to get a little like, age gap couples? Or are we keeping it just mentors? Like, I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with that.
Yeah.
So I think
And there's been some like rumors that it could be on hiatus, like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette.
really,
Yeah, they might be like doing something different next year because the whole crew left. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, right. You're so far removed from the franchise. She was on Nick Vial's season,
Yes,
everyone.
guys, it's been years. I know people are like, oh my gosh, it's been over like 10 years. Yeah, it's been a while. So
Yeah. But sometimes the clips pop up, especially now that
yeah.
you're on the Valley. Has
Oh my
there been
God.
any crazy
Yes.
reactions?
Okay. So it's so funny because like now I'm getting all tagged in the infamous
The next
iconic
scene.
Shoki with Nick.
Mhm,
And I think it's so funny. Like I have a group chat with Raven, Alexis, and D'Lo. And I
mhm.
messaged them like, guys, this is so funny that people are pulling up a video from 10 years ago. Like this is hilarious. But I love it because it shows me that like, okay, people are tuned into the Valley and they're
Mhm,
invested and we want that. But then
mhm.
it cracks me up because people are like, look at Jasmine, she's crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, like it's fine. Like
Yeah.
it's out
Y'all don't
there.
have the context.
Yeah, but it's just funny. I just think I laugh at it. I'm like, thank you for tuning into the show.
Well,
That's
Jasmine,
amazing.
thank you so much for sitting down with me. It was so
Yeah,
nice to catch up with you. Congratulations
I
on the
love you.
show. I love you too. And I will see you so soon. Where can everybody
Thank you.
find you and follow you?
Oh yeah. Follow me on all my socials, Jasmine Goode _, and on TikTok, it's Melissa.Jasmine. That's my second account.
Yeah, I've seen that account.
Yeah.
All right. I love you. Thanks, you guys, for
Thank
listening.
you.
Bye.
Bye.